I am Marvel Waikosep, and today I'm going to present to you the comparison and contrast of anthropological and philosophical perspective by using the Venn diagram. As you can see in our cartolina, we draw two circles and we write the anthropological and philosophical and the contrast between the two perspective. So first, we should define what is anthropological and philosophical. So, anthropological is the study of human nature with respect to time and space. So, it means that it is a study of human diversity with respect to time and space, and in particular, and anthropological also particularly deals with the culture of group of people that varies to other people and from past to present. So it means that it literally deals with the history of culture of a human, like what is culture before, and there are different of culture in this generation. So so in other philosophical, philosophical is the study of fundamental nature of knowledge, reality, and existence, especially in academic discipline and meaning of life. So, philosophical deals with the fundamental of knowledge. So, reality, the truth, that happenings in real life, the existence, our existence as a human, and academic discipline and meaning of life. This is what the question started. What is self? What is self, and what can and our reason to exist in this world? So, in anthropological, to those who study anthropology, they were called anthropologists. So, what is anthropologist? Anthropologist is a scientist who focuses on understanding the patterns of human behavior with respect with the various group of people in a certain social cultural context. And in philosophical, to those study in philosophical, they were called philosophers. In anthropology, man in physical, cultural, and extensional features with the purpose of gaining deeper understanding of man's place in the world. So, in this statement, it literally emphasizes the purpose of gaining the deeper understanding of man's place. So, he literally emphasized the study, or he studied to the human place in order to gain understanding his behavior. In philosophical perspective, it focuses on the theories of philosophers. We all know that the philosophers has many theories on by defining of what is self to them, and before arriving to the statement that they conclude, they have knowledge of it, the experiences they experience, and the empirical evidence that it proves to them to their theories. So, in anthropological, it focuses on the culture. So we all know that culture is categorized by the tradition, beliefs, religion, norms, language, and practices and views. So in philosophical, it has in ancient and modern era of philosophers. We all know that in ancient era, Socrates is the father of ancient era of philosophy, and he is the first one to define what is self by his statement that the self that the self has a body and soul that bring the inner self. So Socrates only defined the self with body and soul, but he didn't emphasize it. So that's why the philosophical has ancient and modern era of philosophers. So in modern era, we all know that the father of modern philosophy is Rene Descartes. He said that if I think, therefore I am. So if we have a thinking, therefore we have ourselves. And in philosophical, there are many theories, views of philosophers, as I said lately, that based on their knowledge, truth, empirical evidence, and experiences. That's that's why philosophical is full of theories of the philosophers. To those who study philosophy. And anthropological, it influenced the culture evolution around the environment we live in, and these changes we'll use in adapting ourselves in the society. We all know that anthropological is a study of human nature with respect to time and space and deals with the culture, or focuses on also the culture in the man's place. And by therefore, culture will change every day as time goes by. So there's a saying that there was no permanent culture. It's just temporary as time goes by because there's of a lot of points or impact or parts that can branches or we can say that branches that can impact of changing the culture. That's why and also part of that is the environment we live in, the behavior, the society, the groups, the language, and and by that we can use that in adapting ourselves, in adapting the culture that we have. So we can adapt to the society that we live in. It, or it can we can say that is a survival method for us in this world. And in philosophical, it helps deals with the inner self of human and the involvement of empirical evidence that helps the evolving of theories of philosophers. We all know that there are many philosophers and philosophical perspective of the self. And by that, we all know that Socrates is the father of ancient era of philosophy. Then his student is Plato, which also adapt the theory and learning of Socrates, but it didn't it didn't just copycat the theory of Socrates. Instead, he just followed his teacher learnings and and formulate a new theory by his own empirical evidence and experiences in life. So he that's why Plato also has its own statement and theories of philosophical perspectives. And by that it was evolving until it reached the modern era and new theories form and so on. And and by that new theories evolve, new theories form, a new self is defined by that. And in anthropological, last is concept is based on society, culture, and evolution. So it is very that the concept of anthropological is based on society. This is because it varies to the culture of group of people that live in a society. Culture, because culture affects the behavior that is the main focus of the study and anthropological. And evolution of culture, the changes because it deals with the study with the respect of time and space. In philosophical, the concept is based on experiences, theories, truth, and evolution. So, even though that the philosophy doesn't include the study of respect to time, but we all know that as time goes by, and there is a learning that we adopt from the recent philosophers to formulate our own theory, or we can call that our references. That's why evolution of philosophical has also involved on it. So, in contrasting the two, perspective. They study respective all these two perspectives has involvement to the study of human nature, of human being. And the construct dealing the involvement and existence by the aspect they focus. We all know that both of these perspectives has an evolution from theories, from culture, changes, behavior, beliefs. That's why they are same in evolution of something on the aspect they focus. So they are influenced by beliefs and experiences. Yes, they are influences by beliefs. So both of them is influenced by belief and experiences. Like in philosophical, they have also beliefs and experiences or truth by forming their own theories, their own views and perspective. While also in in anthropological, the culture, we use that beliefs and experiences that the culture might change as time goes by. They have a basis. So in studying their respective perspective, they have a basis on what the path they are going to study or what are the path they are going to go for this kind of understanding self. And they have important role in building ourselves. Both anthropological and philosophical has an involvement in understanding ourselves. They have a just a package. Package is one of our package in determining or in building ourselves, in building who we are now. Because this study is what is help ourselves to become better of who we are now. So that's for today. I hope